is the flagship captain. Let's go ahead and take a look here, right? Rivery Zero, again, doing the honors. A quick look at the specs here. Flagship captain, right? Got the model number, got the dimensions there when closed. Main material on this one is 420J2. I don't see any other steels. And then all the other details you would want to know. And okay, this one feels like, I don't know if I'm going to go more premium package or not, because this one has its own dedicated sleeve. I feel like this one is going more for that pocket carry approach, since it doesn't have a sleeve. It has more of a actual little baggie here with the NexTool branding, and of course the user manual. All right guys, first impressions on this one. I do like the very clean look to it. We have NexTool actually embossed in the actual steel there. It's not just printed in black, it's actually embossed, so that obviously takes a little bit more machining and whatnot to do. So they're going a little bit above and beyond. Now, this is the controversial piece, and let me know your thoughts on this. I don't see a pocket clip on this one, and it didn't come with an actual sheath. It just came with a little baggie. So again, are you more, this is why the question I asked you all earlier is so important. Are you more of a sheath carry type of guy? Are you more of a pocket clip carry type of guy? Let me know in the comments. But with this one, we're going to go ahead and do things a little bit different. Let's go ahead and just go for the pliers. So we're going to do things backwards with this one. Pliers right off the bat. And yeah, these are looking pretty much very similar size as the previous ones that we looked at in the Black Knight. The main difference, well, similarities, we have needle nose, regular pliers, but we do have swappable wire cutters. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, wire cutters are going to go dull over time. You can easily swap these out. Some models include, or at least some makers include, replaceable wire cutters. They give you at least a second set, but they're also not very expensive to acquire in the aftermarket, if you would. So that's something else that, again, you would extend the life of your multi-tool by having that option versus it just being a stationary, single-use, no replacement option sort of approach. So these are also spring-loaded, right? They feel nice and comfortable on the hand, kind of like a Leatherman Surge sort of feel, right, in the handle length and everything so far. You'll notice the handles are nice and round as well, so that makes it nice and comfortable. No ruler on this side, but we do have a ruler on the opposite side. We have centimeters and we have inches, right? You can calculate or at least measure up to 9 centimeters or 3.5-ish inches or so. And some tools are only going to be available from the inside, so might as well, since we have, you know, it open here. Let's start with this handle. We have very Leatherman style sort of flat option, right, bits here for a Phillips head, and we have a flat head. So if you have like your Leatherman style, right, bits, they should be able to fit in here. Well, the main difference you'll notice is these are a little bit flatter by design as compared to the typical hexagonal pattern ones. So that's something to keep in mind there. Right, there is the holder. And is it locking? The answer is yes, right? These are actually going to lock in place, and you do have the ability to unlock. All right, nope, actually I lied. Got the wrong impression there. So it's got a back spring, right? There's a back spring there, giving it tension, so very slip joint in nature. It's going to give you some nice robust stability, but you know, you can one-hand it. Again, close it. It is a non-locking bit driver. We also have another tool here, so it's got like a nail little pulling tab at the top. There we go. Okay, needless to say, it's a little bit tricky to get it out if we don't get the bit driver out at the same time. All right, so let's try that again. Here we go. We got the all tool, chisel grind, if you would. It is non-sharp. Right? This is not a sharp edge, by the way. It just kind of gives you the impression that it is, but it's got that pokey tip, and then you can, you know, punch holes in leather with it. That's the purpose of a all tool, at least in my very limited knowledge. On the opposite handle, we have, again, most of these have like a pulling little tab on the top. So we have a combination here of multiple options. We have a can opener. We also have a bottle opener as well. A little bit of a flathead or pry bar, right? Also another flathead pry bar situation here. One of these has a wire stripper as well. So there we go. That side right there is sharp. So if you wanted to strip some wire, you would just put it against the handle as such, trap it right there, and then you can strip the wire. It's a good way, you know, to also be able to have that functionality. All right, so that is in there. I want to make sure I didn't overlook that. So these are all the inside tools. Well, Miguel, why are you calling them inside tools if they're on the outside? Well, I'm calling them inside tools. It's just how I think of them. I don't think that's necessarily a term. But once the multi-tool is folded, you can't access them because they are on the inside. when the multi-tools folded, these are what I would call the outside tools. So we have a very similar Warncliffe style blade, although this one is a flat grind as compared to the hollow grind that we saw on this one, right? But more or less a very similar geometry, if anything. Different kind of hole too, right? Different size and shape opening hole, right? In case you wanted to see them there side by side. This one's also going to be a liner lock. All right, so we can, again, do it one-handed. Can we? Let's test it, right? If I wanted to slow roll it and one-handed, the answer is yes. Again, you're not going to flick it out. There are no ball bearings here. It is on washers, so it's more of a methodical, slow roll type of process. On the opposite side of that, we have a nail nick for a file, also with the liner lock. So we have more of a sandpaper style file on one side and diagonal pattern lines on the opposite end. So a little bit of a diamond or diamond coated file on one side and a metal file on the opposite end. Going over to the other side, nail nick for this one, and that's going to be the saw. And I already made my dad joke about the saw, so I'm not going to do it again. But it is still a very toothy saw. And again, very similar design with teeth on the opposite ends. You know, very capable. As you know, any saw would be. Got a good length, as you would imagine. So that's also nice. It does have a nail little tab here, so you could also pull it this way. So you can use the old nail nick here or the nail tab right there as well. And opposite from that, we're going to have the scisors, also known as the scissors. Check them out. These are pretty standard. I mean, we've seen these in a lot of other multi-tools. I got this little bar right here that only works, by the way, if the knife is, if the scissors are actually fully locked. Right? Don't expect this to work. I learned that the hard way. If you don't fully lock, right, with a liner lock, fully lock them out, and then you can use the scissors as such. Again, same deal with this one. I don't see them having the teeth feature as we do on some other models. I've been, again, leaning towards the whole serrated one side just because it traps material. Those teeth do keep material trapped and helps aid the cut. So that's just my perspective there, but personal preference. But yeah, very comfortable nonetheless. And this little tab right here is nice and folded, comfortable on the thumb, so you could actually do this, you know, for an extended or long period of time if you needed to. Say you don't have a dedicated pair of scissors and this is all you had. I mean, you could get some work done, right, without a doubt. So I believe that's pretty much all the features, right, quirks and features, Dr. Muir style, of the NexTool Flagship Captain. Let's just go ahead and do a quick recap, make sure I didn't miss anything. Right, we got wire cutters, hard wire cutters, all within the same area. We also have these stranded wire cutters. I always forget those for some reason. Those are going to be in this area down here, right? So there we go. We can do them right there. As the picture shows, we have scissors, knife, metal file, bada bing, bada boom, and the ruler. Yeah, so pretty much cover everything. Feel free to let me know if I miss anything, but there you go. Also feel free to pause if you want to check these out in more details. On the opposite end, we just have an overall diagram on how the locking system works, locking knife, scissors, and so on. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.